everybody, it's Neil with the Dastardly Gentleman, and with me I've got Frank. Say hi, Frank.
Hello.
There he is. There he is. It's cute.
My mic was giving me trouble. I apologize, mostly.
How's it going?
You know, it's super duper. How are you, Neil?
I'm just dandy.
I love your haircut. You love your haircut.
Ah, thanks. It's like, on this side, I'm like one of those raiders in Fallout. But on this
I was
side,
thinking that you're more like one of those, oh, what are they called? Butch dykes.
whoa, we're gonna start off
No,
with that.
you look like, look, remember like the haircut Johanna has in From Heroes of the Storm?
Yeah? It's like
Shaved
more
on
like
one side, it's all like
you know?
long on the other. Well, no, because Zarya has like it's all on top. It's like all on top.
Listen, you shut your mouth when you're talking to me like that. Hey Jasmine, how you doing? Thanks for joining us.
What up?
So, before we get into our main topic, Frank has a lot of grievances about World of Warcraft, so let it all out, buddy.
Sylvanas is stupid. Her writing in for Battle for Azeroth is going to be garbage. She's already become like a trope villain. And I love that there's like 50 billion videos out right now where people are trying to justify what she did. What she's doing, I should say. I mean, I just got done the Horde side quest for Battle for Azeroth. So what she does is she initiates this war just out of the blue, and then decides I'm gonna kill the shit out of the Night Elves, and then she proceeds to kill the shit out of the Night Elves, and she kills everyone. You know, she kills like the civilians, she kills the soldiers, she kills the leaders. I mean, she just kills everything. Burns the forests down. Fuck it, we're good here. Plant the flag, and then all the Horders like, can you not put our symbol? This is bad stuff. We want. And then, so then, in a fit of rage, whenever she basically gets made fun of by one of the Night Elf captains, she burns down Teldrassil, Darnassus, like with everybody still inside of it. And I played because I'm going to main Alliance this time. I would play the Alliance campaign first, huh? Oh, I played the Alliance campaign first, and it's kind of fucked up because there's a quest where you have to go try to save as many people as possible, but it gives you 3 minutes to save 982 people. It literally cannot be done. So it's like you have to cope with the idea that there are civilians that are going to die.
It's like the Kobayashi Maru, however you say that.
It is. I mean, you're right. I mean, you literally cannot do it. It's physically fucking impossible. And so then, you know, they burn the world tree down, and the Alliance is like, okay, well, now we're gonna kill them all. I know, because like Anduin still kind of had that, like, you know, we could probably have some peace, and we could probably like work it out. And he only had like that like really strong Anduin-y, you know, I want the world to be at peace vibe, unified. And then Sylvanas is just having none of that. I mean, Before the Storm by Christy Golden came out. And I haven't read it yet, but I've kind of got like the synopsis of it. And the synopsis is basically like Sylvanas perpetuates more atrocity against her own people. And then she further goes on to commit atrocities against the Night Elves just in anger. And if you watch the Warbringers video, it pretty much gives you like this big picture of her mindset. And it's fucking stunning, just because I'm like, this isn't the Horde. She is the opposite of everything that the Horde has ever stood for. And High Overlord Sarfang absolutely hates her to pieces. Even though like he's still like, you know, she's the war chief, so I follow her, I guess.
It's kind of like, reminds me of Al-Qaeda and then ISIS.
Mm-hmm.
So like, for a while there, Al-Qaeda was pretty messed up, you know. That's the Horde before.
It's like Garrosh.
Yeah.
You know, like Garrosh is Al Qaeda.
Yeah, and then they're just like rummaging or just terrorizing the lands and blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden ISIS comes out, Sylvanas, and Al Qaeda's like, man, you guys are a little too extreme.
I think what really freaks me out is that people are like, you know, like, oh, Garrosh is so bad, Sylvanas isn't as bad. I'm like, okay, no, wait, hold the fuck on. Let's talk about that, because let's look at what Garrosh did. Let's do a comparison between what Garrosh has done and what Sylvanas has done. So Garrosh took what is the WoW equivalent of an A-bomb and drops it on Theramore and kills everybody on it. I don't know if you know this, but Theramore is a fucking military installation. I mean, like, everything about Theramore is a military place. You know, Jane is all mad about it because there are people there that she effectively grew up with.
Yeah.
But they were all soldiers.
Right.
They were part of a military outpost. Garrosh destroyed a military outpost, kind of like MacArthur deciding to drop the A-bomb on Japan. Because he's like, well, if we go forward with Operation Olympic and we actually invade Japan mainland, both sides are gonna incur catastrophic losses. I mean, our army will never recover, and Japan mainland will never recover from the death toll. And so he was like, what we can do is we can drop 2 bombs, and we will show the Japanese that we can wipe out their entire nation without ever setting foot on it. And then that ended the war. So we didn't have to lose any people, and then they didn't have to lose the whole country. Right. So it was kind of like, I mean, it was sad and it was fucked up, but like there was an overall goal. His goal was to wipe out the Theramore presence directly south of Orgrimmar. Right. So I understand that. And his goal was a complete 100% unified horde, and then unify both Kalimdor and Eastern Kingdoms under a military rule. Because he saw, in the grand scheme of things, the Legion was coming back, and the only thing that he felt could stand against the Legion was a unified planet, and the only people he thought could actually do that was the Horde, and specifically the Orcs. And he didn't know how to do it any other way. But his goal, and everything that he ever did, was always against military targets and military dominance. It was always about occupation and exploitation of resources. And then there's Sylvanas, who her original goal was, she told all the Horde leaders, Bane and Saurfang and Gallywix, was that we're going to take Darnassus and we're going to keep it from the Alliance and basically hold it hostage, because we know that the Alliance isn't just going to attack Teldrassil for fear of harming the civilian population. That was her whole purpose, and it was to deny them the new resource Azerite from leaving Kalimdor to Eastern Kingdoms. So she would have the only source of this resource, and the Alliance would be left in the cold. It's basically like a super fucking form of gunpowder, because like if you load it into a catapult or a cannon and then launch it and it hits something and it goes off, it's like a catastrophic kaboom. And she wants to be the only one that holds it.
Would you say the kaboom would be earth-shattering?
Yeah, I would. You fucker. Anyway, so so she wants to hold all the pieces for that. But she wants to, in order to basically hold the Alliance hostage, she wants to occupy Teldrassil. That's what she tells the Horde. And then in a moment of anger, she decides to burn the whole thing down with everybody in it. Which all by itself is a death toll vastly superseding Theramore, has a civilian death toll that Garrosh wasn't even fucking close to. And people are like, well, I mean, but she's got good reasons for it. And I'm like, explain to me a good reason to burn down an entire city of civilians. She already won. She already won the war. She could have literally walked her fucking army into Teldrassil, no problem. But she decided to burn it down because the captain that was there said, "You have made life your very enemy." And that's a fight that you can't win because you can't kill hope. And then Sylvanas looks at her and says, "Can't I?" And then burns the whole fucking tree down.
Some people.
And then
the world burn.
And then further on, she uses the Undercity as bait. Spoiler alert. I mean, she goes to war with the Alliance. She put the spoiler thing up.
Look,
I want it to be okay.
I mean, give me a minute. You talk.
Massive spoilers. You've been warned, so shut your fucking face. So she goes to war with the Alliance. You might as well not bother now. But like, she goes to war with the Alliance, and then she is losing the battle outside of Undercity. Pulls her forces back into Undercity, and the Alliance give chase. They flood Undercity. It still has people inside of it. It still has the Forsaken inside of it, plus some of the Horde forces. And then she floods the entire place with the plague and kills everybody in it. Her own people too. Oh. And then, so she kills literally everyone. And she kills the Alliance. She kills the Horde guys. I mean, she kills the Forsaken civilian population. And even further before that, and before the storm, there's a little meeting place where like they have Anduin, who decides that his big peace offering, and this is way before both of those events, his peace offering is that he wants to meet with Sylvanas in Arathi Highlands and take the survivors from Lordaeron who didn't die. Look, Undercity is Lordaeron, just FYI.
Right.
And the people that died in Lordaeron were the civilian population of Lordaeron, and they're now the Forsaken. But they still have loved ones from the war, from that war, that are still alive. So rather than being divisive, Anduin thinks it'd be a great idea to let the families see each other, see how they're doing, say their goodbyes if they want to or whatever, and start the process of mending his ties with the Horde and bring Sylvanas closer to a peaceful resolution versus always being in conflict. And Sylvanas agrees to go with it, and then one of the priests that's there, who's not part of the Alliance, but is part of a detachment that's sort of observing it, is Kalia Menethil, who is Arthas' sister, who is the rightful ruler of Lordaeron. And everything... Thanks. Yay! Everything's going good until Sylvanas realizes that Kalia is there, and then she tells everybody to get back. And then whenever she blows the horn, which is supposed to be a signal to call the thing off, some of the Forsaken want to defect to the Alliance because they want to go home with their families. And Kalia says, "Just run, run for it. Go to Anduin. He'll take care of you." And then so the Dark Rangers that Sylvanas put in place kill all the Forsaken. Some of the Forsaken were running to Anduin to defect, but most of them were running back to Sylvanas. But she kills all of them, even the ones that were loyal. And whenever she gets done murdering all the Forsaken, regardless of their allegiance, and Nathanos Blightcaller asks her why. She said the only way to determine someone's loyalty is if they're dead. And then she murders Kalia Menethil. But she kept her promise and didn't kill any Alliance people. But then at that very moment, Anduin looks down at the field after she gets done killing all of her own people and says, "There will be no peace while Sylvanas Windrunner lives." Because she obviously can't be reasoned with. He tried to give a peace offering, and she murdered, and her response was to murder her own people.
So why'd she go crazy? I mean, I know she was like very...
She's never not been crazy. That's her thing.
I mean, I know she's been pretty damn racist. Like, favoring the undead, but...
Would you say she's racist? Right.
Look, I gotta go. But no, I mean, I know she's always been... I don't know why they decided to invite her into the Horde, because, she was always like, cool, we totally need you, but we're not going to help you, really, unless it serves our purpose. The whole undead thing,
Mm-hmm. She was weirdly attached to Vol'jin, but I think it's because he was a Darkspear death speaker.
Right.
So I think that like he kind of knew some shit, and he really didn't have like this big fear of death, because I mean he was pretty incommunicado with the afterlife as it was. I know that like Thrall was attempting to unify all the disenfranchised races of Azeroth if he could. She does so much more. She does so much math. I couldn't read what it said, but so he wanted to invite all the disenfranchised races of Azeroth to join the Horde, because that's pretty much what the Horde was. It was like a whole like amalgamation of races that had their own culture and everything else, but like the Alliance was like, your culture's too different from ours or whatever, and you wouldn't be inclusive in the Alliance. So then that was what the Horde was comprised of. And then he saw the Forsaken, and that they were broken off from Arthas. They had their own culture. They had taken Lordaeron, but they were looking for a place in the world, and they had no direction. And they were being set on by the Scarlet Crusade, and the Knights of the Silver Hand were starting to reform because of them. And then so then Thrall was like, we will offer you the protection of the Horde as long as you follow by the tenets of the Horde. And she was really loyal to Thrall. She followed Vol'jin pretty well. But then once she was given power, the real turning point was after they killed the Lich King, because her whole reason for existence was to kill Arthas. And then once they killed Arthas, she killed herself. Did you know that? She killed herself.
No.
Straight up. She threw herself from the top of Icecrown.
Did she really?
And yeah. And so she falls to her death, hits the pavement, dies. Gone. And then she realizes once she dies, she sees all the events of her life and everything that she did in order to get victory, and she ends up in hell. And it's screaming anguish for an eternity. all the things that she's done come back to haunt her forever, and she will be there forever in eternity, etc., etc. You know, like normal hell.
Like you do.
And like you do. So then one of the Valkyries sacrifices herself and takes Sylvanas' place in the afterlife. And so Sylvanas is given life again. So now her whole, like, that's why I never, like, after Icecrown and Garrosh takes over, after Cataclysm, whenever she starts trying to find ways to raise more Forsaken, is to establish a broader power base for her, because she's immortal, but she's eternal, but she's not immortal.
Okay.
So she will live forever, but she can be killed.
Right.
So the problem is that she needs to do whatever she can to not die, which for her meant expanding the Forsaken and then expanding the Horde to such an insane degree that nothing could kill her. So she's literally using everybody just to extend her own life.
That seems silly.
I mean, like, I understand it, and as like a secondary character, you know, like not the War Chief, like I'm like, I can dig that. I can dig that you're a bad people. Like, even whenever, like, Garrosh was the War Chief and then she attacks Gilneas and she uses the Plague and he's like, don't use the Plague, and she's like, oh, pff, bro, we wouldn't do that. And then, like, as soon as he walks at him, did you get the Plague ready? Yeah, boss, we got the Plague ready. Dump that shit. And then, you know, kills a bunch of people. I mean, like, you know, that's fucked up. But like, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, as a secondary character, I'm like, that's jacked up. There will be repercussions because Garrosh expressly said not to do that, and then he is the War Chief. But now Sylvanas is the War Chief, and she's like, pretty much like, everything goes as long as I live, and everyone else doesn't. You know what I mean? Like, okie dokie. I mean, she's talked about killing every man, woman, and child in Stormwind, and then resurrecting them as the undead, just to expand her ranks. So there's been some talk that she actually is unknowingly serving one of the Void Lords already, because one of the Void Lord, there's like this like whole power schema. There's like the light, there's the Void Lords, but there's also death, which is its own ultimate evil, and they think that she might be servicing the ideal of death, unknowingly to herself. But then one of the other things that they came up was that there is presently a Lich King, whom used to be a paladin.
Right.
So they're saying that, like, you know, if she keeps trying to expand her power of death, they're like, wouldn't it be fucking awesome if Bolvar shattered his frozen throne and came down off of Icecrown and led the undead to stop Sylvanas?
The Scourge. I'm
like, dude, that'd be tight. I'd be like, because I mean, that'd be fucking amazing, dude. That'd be amazing. So, also, Kalia Menethil gets murdered, but the light brings her back as an undead. So she's an undead. She's a light touched undead now. She's the only one of her kind.
She's like an undead paladin.
No, she's an undead priest, which they already normally have. But I mean, like she's undead, but she like straight up glows with like the light of the Naru, and I'm like, that's kind of cool. So that's fucking the opposite of metal, I guess.
So yeah, liquid.
Liquid.
Would you say that this is primarily lazy story writing, or do you
know, I don't know, because like the thing that really kind of perplexes me is that Blizzard spent a lot of time being like, but did Sylvanas burn down the World Tree? And then, yeah, she did. I mean, like they set up like this great big thing where they were like, you know, but did she do it though? And then like to have everybody like, oh my god, you know, who done it? And then the theory crafters, and then one of my favorite ones was that Jaina's gone completely fucking mental, and then Jaina's caused the World Tree to get burned down to basically like frame the Horde and be like, you know, look at what they did. This is all they do is kill civilians. And then, you know, because she already is super racist now too, and no, Sylvanas definitely did it. So like, I'm like, literally all your efforts to try to dissuade people that Sylvanas did it were pointless, because she obviously did. And the thing that makes me the most angry is that we already had a Horde leader that turned into a bad guy, and now we have another Horde leader that's turned into a bad guy. We had one Horde leader that turned into a bad guy, and then we had to off him. And then we had one Horde leader who was a really, really good guy, and then you immediately killed him. And then we have another Horde leader that's a really bad guy. And then you have Andwood. My problem with it is that like it is, to me, lazy writing, because you had the whole purpose of this expansion was supposed to be like an us versus them, right. And so it really should have been like this like really like moral ambiguity throughout the entire expansion. so that you have, you know, like, man, I'm really proud to be Horde. Fuck those Alliance guys, or vice versa. And there wasn't really anything one way or the other to really make you like, man, that was really kind of jacked up. I'm actually on the bad side. And now it's like there is noticeably a good guys and bad guys. I mean, the Horde are clearly bad now, and the Alliance are clearly good, because the Anduin's all like about bringing peace and, like, you know, feeding people and, you know, defending the defenseless, even if they're Horde. And like Sylvanas is like, just kill everyone. I mean, like, why bother differentiating?
I mean, they'll come back and serve me eventually anyways. Jeez.
Right.
These guys.
So I'm just like, to me, I just don't understand Forsaken Lives Matter. I don't know, because like I wanted it to be, like I said, more moral ambiguity, to where you're like, you know, Sylvanas does some really cool stuff, but then she does some stuff that, like, you know, like well, you know, it is war, but at the same time, this is not one of those. And then the fucking expansion's not even out yet. But then even previously, like in Legion and even in Mist of Pandaria, she was just as bad. I mean, she tried to enslave one of the Valkyria, like the primary Valkyria, the one that like actually made the Valkyria, in order to be able to make herself immortal and to raise more undead. So she was trying to enslave gods. She completely didn't give a shit about what the Legion was doing. She led her forces directly to this one place. They were all dying and fighting, specifically so she could get the opportunity to take this one item that would allow her to create more Valkyria and therefore make more undead. And, you know, fuck the Horde, I guess, even though there's this huge ass war going on. I'm like, she's clearly not a good person.
Would you say?
And then you just made her the goddamn fucking war chief.
She's a bad guy.
She is definitely a bad guy. That's why, like, you know, everyone's like, man, I don't know why Gen hates her so much. And I'm like, A, kill her son, kill his son. B, have you ever fucking met Sylvanas? I don't know anybody who doesn't want to offer at this point. Her own people don't like her now.
I mean,
she destroyed the Undercity with the Forsaken fucking in it. So I mean, like, you know, this isn't a case of you got to make an omelet or you got to break a few eggs in order to make an omelet. This is, you got to burn down the hen house just because I have an erection. Like, these things should not be related.
Listen, she's basically Hitler.
I mean, no, actually, I was telling Terry, you can almost draw like a 100% direct correlation between her and Saddam Hussein.
Oh, really?
Because he used weapons of mass destruction against his own people to instill to stamp out sedition, and he had absolutely no problem attacking civilian centers if it meant destabilizing the region. And that is exactly what she's doing. And like, if I see one more goddamn Reddit post where someone's like, well, that's war. No, it's fucking not. That's called genocide. That's only war if you live in Africa. Okay? I mean, in which case that's like your day-to-day. But I mean, that's not, this is supposed to be fantasy for a fucking reason, you know?
This is just sad.
Mm-mm. So let's talk about Evo.
You want to talk about me, though?
I want to talk about you. Don't talk about me, let's talk about you. Your sweet war criminal hair.
Listen. We're just going to use a couple WMDs, alright? Just a couple.
Just a couple WW2s.
So, Friday, I'm going to be participating in the Evo2018 tournament. I'll be playing Dragon Ball Fighters or Dragon Ball Fighter Z. I don't know how to say it.
How do you not even know what you're going to be playing?
Because some people say Fighter Z, some people say Fighters, which is stupid. It's Fighter Z. Come on now. What's with the face? What's
nothing?
You're stupid.
I am definitely not. Look, I am definitely not the stupid one of this call.
Oh yeah. All right.
I didn't want to be the one to point it out, Neil, but God love you. Mm-mm.
You know what? I'm ending the stream. Fuck you. All right. So there for Evo 2018, we've got several several games. See, he gets it. Jasmine gets
Fighter
it.
Z. I'm okay with that.
So we got Dragon Ball Fighter Z. We got Street Fighter V Arcade Edition. We got Tekken 7. Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U. Super Smash Brothers Melee. Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2.
Good luck with that.
Why do they do that? Like, stop making
Because
words up.
they want you to be miserable.
Injustice 2. Those are the
See,
games.
I really like Injustice. I mean, I'm not good at it or anything. I'm not even gonna pretend, but like, I really enjoyed, because I love the subject content, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And so like, I love being like, yeah, I know that reference. So I mean, that makes me happy. I haven't seen BlazBlue. I'm gonna call it BlazBlue.
BlazBlue.
In forever. I don't even know what it even looks like anymore.
Yeah, same here. Same thing with Guilty Gear. I played Guilty Gear probably about 12 years ago.
Okay. Full disclosure. I went to Anime Expo years ago.
Yeah.
And I love Bridget. Okay. From
Boobs.
Guilty Gear. No. Penis. So I went to Anime Expo, and I went to the, the porn booth, like you're surprised, like you're surprised. So I went to the porn booth, and I was like, I'm looking through everything, and I was like, oh, they have a Bridget Dojin, and the guy behind the counter is like, that's a guy, right? And I'm like, I fucking hope so. Otherwise, that dick is gonna make it really weird for everybody.
I mean,
and he's like, he's like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, I jerk off to dudes. What?
Doesn't matter. I mean, let's be real here.
I love holding it up to him and being like, don't tell me that you wouldn't finger blast that. You know that you would. Shut up. Put it in a bag.
Gross.
No, not even. Don't even act like that.
Listen, we pretend that we don't in public.
Everyone is gay for Bridget. That is a fact.
But behind closed doors, yes, I would probably finger blast that dude.
No. Look, don't even pretend. No, it's against the Tao of this conversation. That'll be my temple. I finger blast anime boys.
Gross. All right, so for as far as how many people are going to be there, this is happening in Vegas at the Mandalay Bay Convention Center for day number 1. It starts at 8 o'clock in the morning and it ends towards like 11 or 12 at night. For Dragon Ball Fighter Z, there's going to be 2,500 entrants. 2,500 participants. So, like, I play this game online, and I sometimes get just fucking sodomized, and I don't want to play anymore. But then I'm like, I look at the leaderboards, and I look at, like, the top 4,000 people, right? I'm like, I think I'm ranked, like, 2,000, something like that.
Nice.
So, I think I might be able to get past the first stage, maybe, if I don't get matched up.
When are you going? When is your bout?
8 p.m. is my bracket.
So then at 8:05 will you be driving home?
No, I'm gonna be there for the weekend. And guess what? If I'm done early, then I'm gonna go to the bars and drink my sorrows away and go to the
you're
pool.
You're gonna have to at the very least.
And I'm never gonna play this game again.
See, I like if I get beat that bad, I would have to drown my sorrows in a strip club.
Look, okay. Let me talk to you some.
Oh God, look, I gotta go. He's getting serious face on. He's about to lecture me.
Strip clubs are way too fucking expensive. I have the internet, thank you.
Yeah, but I like actual titties in my face.
But they're gross. They're gross people. They're not your best people. Some of them are all right, I suppose.
That's okay. My favorite ones are the ones that are the worst.
The worst?
I love the worst strip clubs. like this is so tangenty, it's not even funny. I love the, like, if it's the scuzzier the strip club, the more I want to go. The scuzziest strip club I ever found, I wasn't able to go to, and I'm very disappointed because like it was a single wide on the side of a fucking mountain road going to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. It said BYOB in a big sheet that they put outside that somebody hand painted BYOB on, and it's a single wide trailer, and there was one fucking car outside, and I'm like, I want to go so bad because I want to know. I want to. Yeah, nobody else has. I want to know what's inside. But like my fear was that I was gonna go in there and like the bouncer was the dad and the strippers were like the mom and the daughter.
Go on.
And, like the VIP like the VIP room's like the bathroom. I'm like, ugh. But it's funny. There was one right outside of Kingman. I love it too because it's off the side of the highway, outside of Kingman, on the side of a fucking mountain, behind a truck wash. It is my my favorite fucking description of going to a strip club ever. And then like their VIP room, they had some like twine. I'm not even shitting you. Some twine. They nailed some twine to the wall and then ran it across the room and then cut open some garbage bags and threw them over the side. And that was their VIP room. And I'm like, I can't even deal with how scuzzy this place is. And I am so thrilled that I went here.
Did they give you such a jug that had 3 X's on it?
I mean, they might as well. It is so. I mean, like, I love terrible strip clubs. Like, yeah, the looking around. Oh god, what the hell did we call that? We had like because we were bored one night whenever I was working with the people at Domino's. We drew up like this entire like merit badge system for strip clubs of shit that you could accomplish at a strip club and then get like a badge for. And I can't remember because it was funnier in hell. Like one of them was like, you know, like the silent assassin, where like he like airsoft gun a stripper while she's like up on the pole and then try to get out without anybody noticing you're the one that shot her.
That's awful.
It's so funny though.
What are you, fucking 14?
Yes. I mean, okay. On the inside for sure.
That's why I love
it. I love strip clubs. They're my favorite. I love getting strippers to laugh.
Yeah.
Because A, they stick around naked forever. So I mean, it's like a free show, like nonstop. B, it's funnier in hell because like they end up hanging out with me for like the entire night and like they just ignore everyone else. And that's great. That's a super feeling of empowerment where look at these other dudes with like hundreds like smeared all over their titties. And like the strippers are like, yeah, but he's funny. And I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm poor and funny. And fuck you. So I love that. They like do like that thing, like the vibrating thing in their mouth. Have you ever been have a stripper do that?
No.
Okay, so like they got like this little like vibrating thingy in their mouth. And like one of them was doing like grabbing onto my jugular with her ah, and so she does the thing and I looked at her and went, oh, are you a wizard? And she fucking literally was laying on the floor laughing, and I got like 9 lap dances for free.
Patty.
Dude, there was that one that I almost killed her, the Jasmine with me do a strip club in Vegas, and I almost killed a stripper on stage by making her laugh.
So much fall in
yeah, she does that. She goes like she climbs up the thing. She gets like way high up there, and because it was all quiet because like the music was changing, I just screamed out, "Oh my god, don't die!" And she starts laughing while she's up there. Goes, and then she catches herself on the way down, and then she jumps down. And she's like, "Who said that?" And I was like,
"Gotta go."
It was great. No, she was super cool. She ended up hanging out with me like the entire night. It was great. All right, tangent over. I apologize.
So anyways, so I'll be playing Dragon Ball FighterZ. I'm not very good at the game, I don't think.
I think you're great. I think that anytime that you can play one round and then learn from that one round to go into the next one, I think that I think that's a marked sign of improvement. Some of these other guys, I think they just like it's funny to me how you can be like in the bracket that you're in, like the 380, 400,000 bracket, and then they put you against guys that have like 1,500 hours into the game, like of pure battle time. One day, Neil and I were looking at some of these top people that he was fighting with, and we actually like took the average amount of time that you spend in a battle, and then we extended it in like the course of like days. And like one of the guys that he was in a fight with a little battle with, he had spent, I think, was it like 12 straight consecutive days of doing nothing but battles
Right.
in the game, and Neil like literally whooped his ass like up and down the screen 3 fucking times in a row. And I'm like, the dude's got like literally almost double Neil's ladder points, and Neil just like straight up fisted him so deep that the water from his elbow quenched his thirst. You know, I mean, it was terrible.
I mean, there's a lot of people out there that either they boosted or they've played for so fucking long that they just slowly but surely made their way up the ladder. Now, I mean, the other night when I was playing, and I plan on playing either tonight or tomorrow as well, I went through like 6 people in a row, and they would come at me, whiff, and then I would fucking do a full combo and take out one of their guys almost, and then literally they would disconnect. So so 6 people in a row, and they were like all like really high win ratios and shit, and I'm like, how is that fun? Like, oh, okay, I'm about to lose, hold on, okay, let me just quit. Like, fuck that.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day, where like there's a guy in For Honor that does the same shit, and like that it was bad enough that Kotaku wrote an article about him. He went 45. His kill to death ratio was like 4,500 to 3, and it was strictly because like the way For Honor's battle system work, or tally system, and it seems like it's Dragon Ball Fighters is the same way, where unless you complete the fight, it doesn't record your score. So then, like in For Honor, if he would like kill a bunch of people, but then like if he died, he would just disconnect before the fight was over. Like if he wasn't happy with how many people he killed, right. So then like he ends up. I mean, I can only imagine that like his KD was probably. I mean, probably. I'm not even gonna say like it was much different, because that's still pretty fucking phenomenal. Unless like he would just kill like 2 people and hiding in a corner.
Right.
Oh my god, that would take fucking forever.
Yeah. Well.
But like he. But I mean, so he must have been good at the game anyway. So it's like, why don't you just have like a straight up? Because I mean, like he arguably is the best on the planet.
Right.
I mean, like, and even if like you did average out his actual kill death ratio, he probably is still just about the best on the planet. So it's like, why are you being a bitch about it?
That's what I'm saying, man. You go in there, you go in, and you play fucking ranked, and you just give it all you got. If you're decent, the ratio will become in your favor eventually. Like, I'm sitting right around 50%, maybe like 49, which, you know, not great, not terrible either, but if I get really good, getting upwards of like 60 and 70% win ratio is almost unheard of.
Right.
So you will get there eventually if you consistently win. I mean, and you can only get that way by getting better. I mean, you play a casual game, and you know, you got people trying out new shit and playing different characters they typically don't play, and you're not getting the real experience, the real deal, because as soon as you do that, like the same thing in Hearthstone, as soon as you play somebody in casual, they're testing out new decks. They're not bringing their fucking A game. So you can't get the real experience of, you know, what you're going to see by playing fucking casual. So that's why I just dive straight into ranked, even when I'm not like 100%, you know, practiced on a certain character or a technique or whatever. I just go straight into ranked and just say, hurt me plenty, you know?
Oh, yes, daddy!
Oh, one more time, please. One more. But, so yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about my, I mean, this goes back towards our very first podcast we have on YouTube, by the way, and also SoundCloud and iTunes and all that shit.
Shameless promotion.
We originally talked about esports. That was our first topic. And here we are, 2 years later, going to an esports thing.
Yeah.
But originally, my first experience with esports was during Major League Gaming. I don't remember when. It was like 2004? 2005, maybe? Maybe 2005. And it was when Halo 2 was huge. And my first experience with Evo was at that same MLG tournament. It was in Vegas at the same fucking place. And they were basically sharing a convention center. MLG and Evo were sharing it together. So I was sitting there and I was playing, and I'm gonna name drop. I don't care. This is gonna happen. So it was me, it was Merlin, and it was two stoners from Havasu. I think one of them was Jeremy, and I can't remember the other dude's name. Anyways, so we linked up. I don't know, on some forums. I mean, Merlin was good about that, finding other people that did that kind of shit, and that was the first time we stayed at the Green Valley Ranch, which was really nice. Let me tell you.
That sounds like a brothel.
Well, no, it's a 4-diamond hotel. And
it sounds like a brothel.
We got a really good discount because of MLG. I think we got like half off. So, anyways, so we go up there, and me and Merlin had played fucking Halo 2 like non-stop for like a solid year. We got really fucking good at that game. We go to the tournament. Starts off with free for all. Basically, they take your team of 4, they split you up, and you just go play in random free-for-alls. And wherever you score, they add all your scores up, and then they place you in a seed based on that. So I came in 11th out of 12th. Wasn't anything great, but the big theme of the standoutish thing of that tournament was there was one all-girl fucking team in MLG. I can't remember what it was. It was Team PMS. That's who it was.
That's that's a name that you could not have in 2018.
Right. So they were like, "Oh man, we're girl gamers," and fucking camera crews were there filming them and shit.
And then they bit the controller, and then their clothes flew off. And
actually, no, they were pretty hardcore when it came to gaming, but
that's good.
They weren't very good.
they're hardcore, but like not. They're more like horrorcore.
They weren't like showing titties and shit, but they were like one of our team members who was so high and fucking drunk off of tequila. All you could do was just like, he didn't even care about anything else. He just wanted to talk to these girl gamers.
God.
But so that free for all I played, I came in 11th place, but out of 12. But number 12 was one of those girl gamers. That's all I cared about.
So. God bless you that you're so proud of yourself for coming in at the second to last. I mean, effectively last.
Whoa! See, I didn't. That far. I know we're being a little misogynistic here, but
she's basically like a 0, apparently. I mean, according to you, look. I mean, like, if you have to find like some kind of comfort in the fact that you beat her, she must be like dreadful. Listen, I mean, like, I've seen you play FPSs, and oh,
fuck you.
I mean, I'm surprised that you got to the 11th.
Wow. Is that how you're gonna fucking lay it down? Is that how we're doing that? As a friend, I'm there for you whenever you need to cry it out. Listen, where's the button that I need to push to delete this entire channel? I gotta find it. I'm gonna delete all these videos. Listen, here's my disclaimer. It's not like, I have a problem against girl gamers. It's the fact that they got all this fucking publicity. The fact that they were like, "Oh, I'm a girl gamer." Like, dude, fucking put up or shut up is my thing. And they couldn't put up. So, anyways. So, the next round, we did alright, and it was solely because the stoners did way better than me and Merlin did. And then our first fucking round was Team Snipers. Okay. It was first to 50. The score went like this. By the end of the match. We lost, by the way. And that effectively removed us from the tournament. The two stoners got about 16 and 17 kills apiece. I got 15 kills. Merlin got 0 kills.
Wow.
And it was his idea that we fucking go there. I was so mad at him. Like,
that sounds about right.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, he was a pretty solid player. Like when we played online and shit, but in real life, not so much apparently. And I'm like, dude,
he's gun shy, I mean, like, you put him in a big room, he's like, oh god, there's people watching me. I can't cheat here.
Like, dude,
I can't hand the controller to somebody more gifted than me and then claim credit.
Like, dude, you couldn't even get one kill. Like, it was 48-50 is what it was, how we ended. And it was because he got 0 kills, we lost. I was just like, oh.
Wow. Wow.
But anyways,
you couldn't accidentally throw a grenade against a wall and kill somebody, not yourself.
Right? So the entire time we're playing that shit, I'm just watching the Evo tournament, and at that time, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike was a big deal, and I played that game religiously at college. And I'm like, I really don't. I would rather play that than Halo 2, but I didn't know they were doing that. I didn't know that was a thing at the time. So if you've never heard of Evo before, go do yourself a favor to tell you how extreme it is and how like extreme to let you know how crazy it gets there. Look for Evo moment number 37 on YouTube.
Do it.
Do it. It is insane.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Just say Evo moment. Just and it'll bring. I think
it's 32.
32. Maybe it's 32. And people lose their mind.
37.
It might be 37. I'm pretty sure it's 37. It's Ken versus Chun-Li.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
It's 37.
Yeah. So it's intense, and that was like 15 years ago. So it's only gotten.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, it's only gotten more extreme, more professional. I mean, they've got a full-on arena now, so it's just like any other esports. Back then, it was tube TVs.
I love like the look of like this this scene here, because it basically looks like whenever like a bunch of us would get together like for like if like a college class,
right?
Like be like, we're gonna meet you guys in hall 1A, and then we're gonna watch a movie, and then you're gonna take some notes, and that's pretty much what this looks like to me. You know, I mean, like it looks like a college course. It doesn't look like anything else.
It looks like a bunch of dudes are hanging out in a convention center, like not even like a convention center in Vegas, like London Bridge Resort. Or something.
Yeah, I mean, it honestly looks like they just like rented out like a small or a fairly large RV storage place.
Yes.
I mean, like there's like piping on the wall and everything, and like there's like exposed beams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's funny.
So for all round 1 games at the Mandalay Bay Convention Center, it is going to be a lot like that. It's going to be a bunch of stations. You do your thing because there's fucking 2,500 people. They got to narrow it down. But day 2, it gets down to 324 people, and that's when they put it in the arena. And the arena is like a full-on it's like WWE, man. I mean, they've got entrance halls and they've got.
How many people do you have to go through in order to get to the arena?
I think I have to go through at least 12.
Damn. You're gonna be there for a while.
If I win all of them, yeah. And it's double elimination. So
is it like best of 3?
Best of 3 for sure. Or either that or it's first of 3. I can't remember. But yeah, it's gonna be a great time when I lose in 5 minutes. Thank you, Jasmine. I appreciate that.
Don't be like that. Don't be such a bitch.
To be for real though, like the only reason I really want to go is because I've never gone to an Evo tournament before. I mean, I'm just going just because I want to experience it. I'm not even under the illusion that I might actually win something, because it's so funny. Like you look at the Evo2018 website where you register, and it says attendees, and it says the first 9 that they list are the top people in the world, and I'm like, oh. And then it says view all 2,500 attendees, and it's like, okay, well, I'm never gonna beat those guys, because to be real, online when I play, there are some people out there that have infinite combos memorized, and all you have to do is miss your block once, and you lose a character. Do it 3 times and you're done. And that's infuriating. Like, there's nothing more infuriating. Frank's watched it on the freaking stream before, where it's just like, all right, well, I guess that guy's gone. I missed Okay.
It's I know it's like it's really kind of sad because it's like he does so well, and like he just like blazes through like their roster, and then like you see him like go, and like he misses it, and then the guy is just like, and like gets underneath that guard, and then just carries him to the moon.
Yeah.
For like, and then like he comes down, and then like the other characters come out, and then just juggles him back and forth, and Neil just kind of stand there, just like,
yeah.
You done?
Yeah, if you've never played Dragon Ball FighterZ, it's a lot like Marvel vs. Capcom, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. It's almost exactly like that. If you've never played that before, then come on now, get with the program. Let's be real here. But it's mainly all about insane combos, air juggles, that sort of thing. My type of fighting game is more like Street Fighter, but the only reason why I'm not doing Street Fighter this tournament is because when Street Fighter V came out, I may have mentioned this in a couple podcasts prior to this one, Capcom has gotten really greedy, and I refuse to give them my money. I mean, I bought the game right out the gate for $60, which that alone was a lot of money. They didn't even have a freaking story mode in their game when I bought that game, but I wanted to try and stay into the curve so that maybe when a tournament does come out, I could at least hold my own. But then they kept on releasing new characters every few weeks for $6 a pop. And I'm like, you're releasing new characters, but how about a fucking story mode? You know, like, no, we need more money. Keep releasing characters and skins.
More money, please.
So
have they gotten any better? I haven't seen anything from Capcom in a long time.
No.
No, they haven't.
No.
That's a shame.
They're becoming a very low-key EA.
That's not a good endorsement.
No. I used to love Capcom. I mean, they have some amazing franchises. Love
they do.
Street Fighter,
They do.
Love Resident Evil. I was a huge Mega Man fan, but
did you play the new Resident Evil 7 Biohazard?
No, I think I bought it on sale though.
So here's where we are in our lives. I am going to probably buy an Oculus Rift. And you are going to play the VR Resident Evil. And I'm going to film it.
You just want to stress me out, don't you?
You know, whenever you played that, oh my god, what the fuck was it called?
Depth.
No, it wasn't Depth.
The VR game.
The VR one that I had you play. I mean, like you said, straight up had a panic attack. I was very happy.
Listen, I almost had a legit panic attack.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I've got it on PC. That's the one thing I played it on PC.
When we play like games like Depth or you play Subnautica, I don't think you have legit panic attacks.
It might not be. It might not be VR for the PC. That'd be disappointing. But regardless, there's a ton of VR games I want Neil to have. So we'll make him play those and then watch him just turn into goo.
To goo. It's just the shit that comes up from behind you, and you gotta keep looking back.
Oh my god, dude! Whenever like the gargoyle came up from behind you in that game, what the fuck was it called? Dreadhalls. Dreadhalls. That's what it was. When the gargoyle snuck up behind you and you're like, oh, you know what? No, haha, no, like, take everything. No, I can't. No, I'm good. You're like, no, turn the lights back on. It's all right. Oh, it's funnier than hell.
I've never had that with a game. I mean, I've had some jump scare moments and stuff, but I've never had that level of anxiety with a game before. And I honestly didn't think I'd have that even with VR. I'm like, you know what? Everybody's hyping up VR. I mean, it's a game. Come on. But no, I'm just like...
But it's so good. The immersion level is real. I mean, like, and that was the shitty one, like, on my phone. So, I mean, like, the phone and the headset thingy. So, I mean, like, I can only imagine that, like, getting it, like, the high-res Oculus Rift or the Vive would be, like, infinitesimally better. With, like, because you only had earbuds. I mean, like, get, like, some straight-up 7.1 surround sound, high-depth headphones.
Right.
I mean, I would love that. But we would have to have your life alert on standby.
Fuck you. So, games that I didn't care to play. I really liked Smash Brothers. I didn't really care for the new Wii U one. It was alright. It was fun, but I really like Smash Brothers Melee a lot, which has 1,300 entrants, by the way. Still a huge fucking game. But the wave dashing thing never really did it for me, you know.
Yeah, it's so weird to me that like they have that many people not only still playing it, but the Smash Brothers Melee is still like the mo better one.
Yeah.
And I mean, like I know that the new one is coming out this year. Do you think that one's gonna like really kind of give Melee a run for its money, or do you think that it's gonna end up being just kind of like oh well that happened, and it's gonna just like what was it, Street Fighter 5 and like it came out and then everybody's like nah, this game's pretty much garbage.
Well, a lot of people love Street Fighter 5, especially in comparison to Street Fighter 4, but
Okay, maybe I was thinking of 4, whatever. I don't play Street Fighter, so I love Cammy's Battle Thong, and that is the end of my knowledge of Street Fighter.
Honestly, I think it will give Melee a run for its money because they have been listening to the fans, and they do know that there's still a very large Melee community out there. So they made that game with the intention of making the physics be a lot like Melee, which is what people wanted. They wanted the faster movements, the little bit heavier gravity, because in the Wii U version, or even the Wii version, it's just very floaty. Your characters float a lot, and it slows down the gameplay substantially. But if you remember back in Melee, I mean, every time you got knocked back, you dropped pretty quick. So it kept the game going and kept it going quick. But most people that love Melee, they love it because of the wave dashing, and I think wave dashing is stupid, personally.
I don't even, what explain that to me, because like I hear you saying it, but I don't understand what the hell you're talking about.
So wave dashing makes your character invincible for about 3/4 of a second. So basically what you do is you jump up in the air, and the second your feet leave the ground, you dodge downwards into the ground. So you're literally just...
Oh, okay, so like you're like plummeting like a comet, so like you're like, oh, and then you come back?
No, it's like, okay, so you jump off the ground, like maybe like a 1/4 inch, like your feet have to barely leave the ground, and then you dodge straight back into the ground. So whenever you're dodging, you're invincible. But since you're not leaving the ground completely, you still have the same ability you have to run around and walk around. So you constantly have to press jump, dodge, down, like constantly to hold those invincibility frames. It's stupid. I mean, like
that is actually stupid. Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's one of the things that like you think that they would have like pulled out of the game like probably like right away.
And they did. They did that for the Wii version, and people were pissed off. It's like, yeah, we removed it because it's stupid. I mean,
yeah, because it's fucking retarded. I mean, it's basically cheating.
You've basically made the game like in order to be, you know, in the top tier. All people that play have to wave dash constantly. Otherwise, you have a huge advantage. And I mean, you just have to memorize the carpal tunnel thing you're gonna give yourself, like constantly jumping and fucking wave dashing. It's stupid. I mean, so I don't think they're ever gonna bring back wave dashing, and I really hope they don't. It's not. There's no skill involved. It's just freaking how fast can you move your fingers at that point,
right? And
how consistently can you do it before you have to freaking put your wrist brace on.
Look, I was playing the Super Smash Brothers, and I had to put on my wrist brace, otherwise I couldn't masturbate later.
Like, watch. Okay, so Friday, all day Friday, they're going to be streaming on Twitch for the gigantic fucking... There's going to be how many people total? There's going to be about 5,000-6,000 people there. So they're going to be streaming all those games. Feel free to take a look at Smash Brothers Melee. In fact, feel free to watch them all, really. But look at how these people play. It is...
I have a feeling that's just going to make me furious.
Yeah, you're going to watch it for about 2 minutes and you're going to be like, alright, this is stupid.
This is stupid. Fuck this game. I feel like that about most games that you're not playing. So
yeah.
Is it stupid that like I've watched other people like play Dragon Ball FighterZ and I have like I'm completely apathetic. I don't even like have like zero buy-in to like anything that's happening. I'm just
well,
like,
to be fair, that's kind of like all sports. or all competition in general. If you just come across a football game or a freaking, I felt the same way about NASCAR. Oh, they're just driving in a circle. Who gives a shit? But if you actually have somebody that you follow, like, oh yeah, I like this guy. Oh man, he's doing really good. Then you're actually invested and you actually care. But anybody
Casey
else,
Kane, baby. Casey Kane just kept fucking losing constantly until I didn't care anymore, and then all of a sudden he won some shit. I'm like, fuck you, dude. I believed in you, and now you're just a dick.
So yeah, I mean, like anytime I watch other people play, I'm like, but can I play you though? Like, that's all I care about. I don't care about who you play against, unless I'm studying your moves. So when I play against you, I can fucking whoop your ass.
Shameful display. I actually get like behind like a lot of games online, like, you know, even games that like I don't have any buy-in into, like HOTS or Hearthstone or whatever. I can't like appreciate them. Yeah. But then like for some reason, just like fighting games, I'm like, okay. Maybe it's because like I don't play them, so like I can't conceptualize how difficult it really is to do what they're doing. Like even whenever like you're playing it, like I spend like a lot of time being like, well, goddamn, Neil, block something. You know, like without actually knowing anything about the game. Like I've never played it before in my life. Don't have it. Have never had any experience with it. I mean, like, but it's really easy. I'm like the fat guy who likes to yell at the quarterback. You know, like, we'll throw the goddamn ball. He eats like a whole fistful of nachos. Be like, well, how come he only ran like 15 yards, Marshall? I don't understand. I mean, like, it wasn't that fucking far away. Like, I have like absolutely like no room for any kind of level of criticism, but like I still be like, God damn, Neil, you don't have to take all of them in the face.
Yeah, and I feel the same way when I'm sitting there getting juggled for eternity. I'm just like, can we not? I'd like to play the game, please. Like, can I please just land one punch? That's how I feel whenever like sometimes when we play HOTS and like they have a team entirely built on stuns. Yeah.
Like we were playing, I think it was day for yesterday, and I was like, Diablo grabs me, shadow charges me, so like that's done. And then he body slams me. There's that stun. Then I got hit by Uther. There's that stun. And then Tyrande. There's that stun. And then Gazlo's thing went off. There's that stun. And then I died. And I'm like, can I just fucking move? That was like 6 seconds of stuns. What is wrong with you people?
Seriously, that's the kind of shit that makes the game boring. And it's like, okay. Especially if you play like in HOTS or whatever, you play a character that is like full on DPS, like Vala or whatever, or Jaina.
Because you turn to dust.
You turn to dust. It's like, all right, let's do this, guys. All of a sudden, I'm not a part of the team anymore. I'm gone. Well, yeah, that's fun.
Did you see the? I know this is like slightly off topic, but it's semi esporty. But did you see have you seen the Medivh Stitches combo yet?
No.
Oh my god, it's so good, but it's so fucking evil. So you know, Medivh does the portal thing.
Yeah.
So at level 10, Stitches takes his gorge where he picks up a player. Mm-hmm. He got this guy took the 40% longer hook. So like from fucking downtown grabs one of our players. Like okay, that dude took him, right. And then gorges him. Takes the portal into the base, like into their enemy base. He literally like traversed 2/3 of the map.
Oh god! And
then took him away. Like their whole team piles around the exit portal and waits for Stitches to come out. And then as soon as Stitches comes out, the one player comes out, and then everyone just murders him. And they just kept doing it over and over again. And I was like, this is vile. We ended up winning, but like it was kind of like, I'm like, this is terrible. And yeah, Jasmine's right. Losing your theme, lose control of your character. It's PvP's been like that forever, and that's still one of my principal problems I have with it, because I heal in PvP. So I'm like, I'll spend a lot of time healing myself because they're all attacking me.
Right.
And it's just me. And I'm like, this literally, no, they're not attacking. They're not fighting fucking Kyle. They're not fighting Jer. They're just kicking the shit out of me. And I'm like, I'm tanking an enemy team. Mm-hmm. But then they try to give you like a bunch of shit that would like reduce the effectiveness of silences and interrupts. Like, oh, if they keep hitting you with them. And I'm like, yeah, but they go stun, and then silence, and then stun, and then disorient, and then silence, and then so like it's because it's staggering it, like it like starts to refresh like the time delay on it or whatever. Right. And I'm like, I'll just stand here. I'll just die. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about me, guys. Just go on without me. You know, I'll be here for a while because this rogue can't do shit for damage. But he's goddamn if I'm gonna be stunned for like 19 years. So he and I are gonna get really acquainted.
Basically, that's how I felt was a restoration druid, because like when was it? Wrath of Lich King. We were doing PvP back then. Yeah, I'd have to tank everything. Go freaking tree form, bark skin, and take less damage just to survive the onslaught of rogues and charging fucking warriors. So I just throw every hot I have on me and just wait it all out.
That was literally every time that we did threes in Pandaria and in Draenor. That was it, because like their whole team, because it was always Jared, Joe, and me, and their entire fucking team would just like, let's just bum rush me, and I stay in the corner and just heal myself. The real trick is, do they have any stuns? Nope. Well, we're gonna win then, because they're not gonna stop attacking me, and you guys are doing a shitload of damage to them, and oh, we won.
Yeah.
It was like, I mean, like, it wasn't really fun, but at the same time, like, it felt gratifying to win, to out heal the entire fucking enemy team. So.
Yeah. So check out the streams.
Yeah, that's something.
Check out the streams on Friday. I'm also going to try and be streaming some stuff. Maybe do like some IRL streams while I'm in Vegas. I don't know. We'll figure something out. But
that'd be cool, dude.
Yeah. Stay tuned for that. I think we're good, dude. I don't know how much more we can talk about Evo. That was primarily...
I mean, like, the expectations for Evo, like, the thing is, like, we don't really know what to expect for Evo, because, like, you've never been there. I've never been in there. I've only ever seen just a little bit of it online. And I know that there's going to be, like, a bunch of YouTube personalities there, which I would be really cool if you could get some pictures taken with some of them. You should try that.
Maybe.
IMO. Don't be a puss.
Look, I don't follow YouTube personalities. I'm a YouTuber.
I'll give you a fucking list.
Okay. Are you the guy? Send me pictures.
That's the worst. That's the worst part about it, is because I can't go, so like I have to send you there by proxy, and so I can be like, look. So then I'll have it like in my wallet, like right next to like my kids. This is my friend taking a picture with a guy that I kind of liked. You know, do you like? That's kind of cool, right? I mean, it's right next to my children.
Dude, I'll put on my Google glasses and you could just talk me through it. That guy right there, go talk to him.
2 parts. 1, do you actually have Google glasses?
No.
Oh, okay. Jesus, I was gonna say, like, god damn it, that was a huge waste of money. I would totally do that. I mean, I'd be like turn around! Get someone back there, fuck! Angry Joe. Yeah, I don't know if he does Evo. I know Jesse Cox goes to Evo, so that's the one I want you to get a picture with.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Well, when I win the whole thing, they'll want to get a picture with me. So, let's just do that.
Why don't you just win, and then, like, you know, you can get up on stage and be like, you could pull out like a list. Can I have Jesse Cox and Angry Joe come to the stage for a photo op, please? I won this thing for that. Thank you.
Just for that. This is me throwing you a bone.
Yeah, throwing you a bone. I mean, unless, like, you know, you want to throw me a bone.
Please. Shameless plug for the channel.
Yeah, just mention us like once or twice. It's fine.
So yeah, stay tuned for that. We'll definitely do something. We'll be sending out tweets, Instagram, all that good shit. So if you're not already following us there, oh, that's not gonna happen, Jasmine.
Nah, well, let's not rule it out. How about that?
That's not going to happen because I know I'm pretty unlucky, but I'm not that unlucky to get irony slapped in my face, you know?
Well,
that's not usually how it goes down for me. I don't usually suffer ironic fates. I usually suffer...
just completely just desserts, like losing to a girl because you talked all that good shit?
No, that's ironic. That's not just desserts.
And it's totally just desserts.
No, we're not doing
Query all those folk who watch. Is that not just desserts? I'm pretty sure that's just desserts.
You're a query.
True.
It is true. Anyways, we're going to get out of here. Thanks for watching, especially you, Jasmine, because you've been pretty much the only one so far tonight watching.
Look, it's just because our people from New Zealand haven't downloaded it yet.
I know. We have so many people from New Zealand. No, we don't.
do.
Like I said, so far, if you want to get updates, make sure you follow us on Twitter at @DastardlyMen. Check us out on Instagram, Dastardly Gentleman. Shoot us an email. Dean shot us one the other day. That's how we did the previous podcast theme. So we're open to suggestions as well if you want to talk about it. If you want to just talk about it, we're happy to talk about it.
You just want to talk about it? You want to discuss it?
I mean, if you want to. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Dude, I hate that you're never ready, so I have to hold that face.
You're never ready.